Hello guys, I'm happy to introduce you our second project on this channel, Honda CBR650cc. We got this bike from Copart for 3,000 pounds, but one thing is messing in my mind. This bike has been standing for 1 year in our garage and we haven't been able to touch it. So let's see what this bike got for us. First of all, our biggest problem, this bike doesn't start. We need to fix that by changing our lock set. As you can see, the harness is damaged. Maybe this bike was stolen. We got some broken plastics in the front of the motorcycle. Also, we have a bend. I'm talking about handlebar. The rear seat lock is also broken. It's even stuck. I hope I will be able to fix it by changing the lock set. We also need to change this ugly ass of the motorcycle. Broken plastics, which I got in a different place. I already removed them, trying to figure it out. Maybe I can order them, but I was not able to. Damage is nothing big. Let's begin with the project. First of all, I want to check, does it start? Yeah, I think we're gonna have a little bit of problems. We don't even have the battery. So first of all, let's try connecting external battery, because in this motorcycle we don't even have battery anymore. After 1 year it disappeared. We have damaged cables, so maybe at Copart they was trying to start it. Let's check what happens if we touch the cables. Ooh, it's alive! And to start it, maybe I just can it's not starting. It's showing a lot of errors. I hope it's only not starting because we don't have the key inside, and maybe it has the immobilizer with it. So for now, let's keep it as it is. It reminds a little bit of R1. You got working turn signals. Both of them are working. Rear headlight is also working. The mileage is 3,000. I think it's not bad for this kind of bike. Maybe I need to remove the No, it's not starting. Okay. Let's disconnect this. The only problem that I got now, I hope it's only the key immobilizer and it's not allowing to start it up. I hope it's not something bigger. So for now, let's keep on removing plastics, removing the fuel tank, and check what do we got under, because we need to definitely change lock set, ECU, and everything that's combined with key immobilizer. We also need to change the wiring harness for the front. I hope we have that. I hope we do, because now I'm not sure. So yes, let's go with fuel tank removal. Got to a first problem. Fuel rail is not removing itself. Fuel rail aligns. They are impossible to remove. Always stuck with them.
3 hours later.
Fuel tank removed. So it looks like I was just stupid and was doing it the wrong way. To remove it, I just needed to press this button. After removing fuel tank, now we're free to go to this baggie of stuff, which was 300 pounds. So in the lock seat compartment, we got lock set, ECU itself. Let's hope the part number matches the original ones. Honda key, lock set itself, with one damaged cable, like you saw that we got over the fuel tank cap, and the lock for the rear seat. Let's remove everything and place the new things inside that we are able to change. Just remove the voltage rectifier for no reason. We'll place it back on. We don't need to remove the rectifier. I wanted to check one thing. Maybe I don't even need to replace the ECU. Maybe only replacing the lock will be enough to start this bike. So let's do it right now. Bam, 1, 2 plugs connected. Still need to connect the fuel tank. Okay, I place it back temporarily. Haven't broken anything. Let's connect back the battery. Mine is here, plus here. Let's try to turn on the ignition. We got lights. Let's try to raise up the leg. Maybe this needs to stand straight. No, it doesn't work. So my plan currently is to remove the side fairings because I think the ECU should be hidden here. It has a lot of wires coming in. I hope it's there. Yeah, just open it up the front. There is no ECU here. I'm just doing random work for no reason. Okay, I think I found it. It's over here. Let's continue to remove the proper place for the ECU. So it was hidden behind this plastic, so it covers everything and you cannot see anything. Now time to remove it and replace it with this one. Hey, got the ECU out. I'm so glad to announce the news that I found out that our lock set has different code. I put back ECU, put on the fuel tank back again, connect all the wires and the hoses, and let's hope this thing will run. It's getting pretty easy to replace everything. I'm getting good at this. Fuel tank back on, connect the battery, and let's check, maybe we have fire. Fingers crossed. Oh, I hear the fuel tank. What's up? Okay, first thing done. We got a running motorcycle. Now, let's get back to works. First thing I want to do is to replace OEM Honda steering handle, because our one has received damage and it's not straight, as you can see. From this point to there, it's a very big bend, which, as you can see, is more straight than the other one. Quick update, found a resident who has been living inside the motorcycle. I cannot do it out here because I need to lift up the front, release the front forks, drop them down, then install that part. And for now, in this place, it's impossible. So I will keep it as it is and continue it later on. I just don't know how to do it yet. I will go back to changing everything for the lock set, so you can unlock everything with the same key. So as we started with the rear, I changed the lock, works perfectly fine. Now next step will be to put on the tie detail for bike to make it look nice, because now it looks ugly. Honda. Disappointing. I buy this one from eBay, brand new, 46 pounds. Inside the tie detail package, we found a metal frame for number bracket. Seems good quality, solid enough. And also got number plate lighting. So let's figure it out how to connect everything and place it on the bike.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes.
So now it's time to mount it to the place, maybe fit a few plastics and go home. It's getting cold. So I heated up the shrink for number plate mount, just a little bit on the ends, so the water is not getting inside as much as you wouldn't like. Install the turn signals. For now it looks pretty cool, pretty good. JTech is not letting us down. I hope it's working. Now let's check if turn signals are connected in the right way, in the right order, and let's check if the number plate lighting works. It looks really clean. LED is working. Looking way more better than before. For today, just finished with the rear and plastics. I will be happy for that. Rear end plastics done. We'll be moving on to putting on this plastic bracket, which covers the ECU and other computers for the motorcycle. Remove the fuel tank, put it on, and start to be closing from the middle side. For today is enough. And come back to this tomorrow in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the next day. Today's plan is to finish this bike. Yeah, and let's finish this. I was trying to replace the plastic, the fairings back on, and find out that this metal bracket is bending. So we're missing like 20 degrees. It will be perfectly fine to use the pliers to bend it back out. Also find out that radiator has a little bit of crush damage. That's not significant enough to reduce the performance of the coolant system. One thing that manufacturers could be doing, they could be using simple screws, not screws like this, because if you want to start a motorcycle, you just use 2 wires and that's it. You can start it as it is. Reusing same bolts, no, it will be fine for this time. Just for temporary reasons, screw them back in. As you see, wiring is connected. Lock is in the place for this time. And let's continue with putting everything back together. OEM rear seat, 75 pounds. Ignition surrounding plastics, 40 pounds. Everything seems to be fitting fine. Just need to finish with the handle. And yes, go for test drive. I cannot go for test drive because none of the batteries that we have fits this motorcycle. So now let's go to change the handle. Also change the oil. Changing oil was optional because this bike only had 3000 miles on the clock. I just was fiddling around and inserted the key, but now it's stuck. I'm thinking how to remove it. Look, it's turning. Stuck. To remove a fuel tank cap, I had to drill out a hole big enough for the screwdriver to reach the bottom and turn the pins together in the right order. To extract thread from the handlebar, there is 2 pins that you have to press in to remove it. Reusing old thread, make sure it's locked in. To remove handlebar, you have to remove top yoke. Just take a look how much damage it took from the crash. New one looks shiny as ever. While installing the yoke back, be gentle with aluminium, cause it might crack. Skipping ahead of time, put on everything that should be on the right handlebar. Yeah, yesterday finished installing fuel tank cap, handlebar. Everything seems to be fitting fine and working fine. Also tried to install the seats. They seems to be fitting very good. All the locks are working. Yes, I think this bike is almost ready to go. So now let's fill some oil and let's check. Does this motorcycle still start after our rebuild? All change completed. Yeah, let's try to start it, I think. I need to finish installing few bolts for fairings. And now what's left? Almost nothing. Just to finish installing few bolts, leftover ones, because I removed some from the bottom fairing. Need to finish installing them. And yes, I think this bike is almost ready to go. All the screws are back together. Now this bike is almost ready for the go. We're just missing one thing, and it's straightening out this rear brake lever. At crash time, it got bent quite strong. Voila, just a little bit of force used, a hammer, and we got almost perfect angle. Why to replace something if it's not broken? This bike still won't be a fashion show bike. It has some plastic damage. It will be the cheapest on the market that's possible to buy. So yeah, it will be fully technically perfect, but just the looks. For this bike we changed tie detail, rear seat, new ECU, new battery, temporary. We changed oil, installed new filters, added fuel cap, new one, so it works with the key, and installed new lock set. Also, we changed the handlebar. So yes, this bike is finally ready to go for the road. Everything seems to be working fine. Let's just start it and listen how it sounds. Does it still work? Because I changed a lot of stuff, disconnected a lot of cables. Maybe it's not working anymore. I need to remove everything back again. Been standing for 2 days, not started. don't mind this oil puddle, it's from the changing oil. Yes, started up the bike, saw some interesting stuff. We got an engine check. I don't know why it has an engine check. I don't like it. Fucking shit. Why? We just changed oil. Before there was no there. Yes, bike is all fixed up, running perfectly fine. And about the engine check, after you turn on ignition, we don't have engine checks anymore. So yes, this bike is fully ready to get the MOT now. I just want to show you what we're still missing to make this bike look perfect. From the biggest problems that we still got this fairing that needs to be fixed up. But most likely we will just replace it as soon as we find one that is available for sale. Also, we maybe need to replace this rear brake lever or bend it out a little bit more. We'll see what is more easy. To summarize, this project was awesome. We got all the parts that was needed in time and they was fitting in perfectly. So just to show you the finishing end, this bike is starting. All is good. And yes, if you want to see more content like this, please leave a like, share or subscribe. And more content coming soon. See ya!